Hey y'all, just wanted to get this video out to you to kind of go over where I see and how I see the coronavirus affecting the real estate market, both locally and I guess could be national. And this video really is being cut for the people that have bought houses from me, people that have listings with right now, and then the general YouTube public that will see this video. You know, obviously lots of concerns. Things have changed drastically in the last 10 days or so here for us here in Charleston, you know, from schools being out to sports and everything being canceled, church being canceled, and the worst, the restaurants and the bars being shut down. So it's very, you know, rough time. What we're seeing, at least in real estate wise, is we're seeing a massive slowdown in showings on listings. There are just less people coming to town. I mean, there's a reason people aren't traveling and they're not coming to look at houses. And even if they do, we've even had, you know, sellers not want to let us in. Even we're showing buyers some houses too. They're not wanting to let us in the house because they don't know the health of the people we'd be bringing through there. So there's that component. We're also seeing, you know, like I said, lots of people are canceling trips to Charleston. I've kind of given up on the number of times I've gotten an email, text, or phone call over the last week or so that people say, Bob, we're coming to Charleston. We're still looking at Charleston as a place to retire or to, you know, to move our family. But until the virus gets figured out, we're not traveling and we're not coming. So that's, you know, obviously putting a lot of pressure on real estate because there's just not a whole lot of people coming to town. And I've talked to many agents outside of my own company, outside of my brokerage, working for other brokerages in Charleston that do a lot of business, and they say that they're doing absolutely nothing right now. The phone's not ringing, and so that's, you know, that's not good. It's never good if you're in sales and the phone is not ringing. That's obviously a big negative. Another thing too we're seeing is I've been getting over the last couple of days, it seems like at least one or two emails a day from the model home agents, so agents that work on site, that are saying, hey, we're available, you know, by phone, text, or email, but we are not, you know, we don't have our models open because we, you know, from safety reasons, we don't want people coming through there. And obviously the general public doesn't want to come through there because they don't know who's come through there before and potentially with the virus. So that's slowed down a lot. And the other thing that's, you know, that's hurt a lot of people, including myself, has been the stock market. Stock market, I don't need to explain or talk about that because I'm not an economist, but the stock market falling apart is definitely hurting sales. We have lost numerous sales, some of them multi-million-dollar sales, because our clients couldn't get their money out of the stock market. I mean, and that's troubling, and that's a nationwide issue that hopefully in time will fix itself. So those are some negative things that I'm seeing going on in relation to real estate and the coronavirus. There are some positive things. You know, what I've observed in the many years that I've done this as a profession is that in times of uncertainty and gyration, it really creates opportunity. And I can give you, I'll give you an example. Had some clients that we just put under contract last week. There's some buyers from up north, and we put a contract on a house that was on the market for $500,000, and we looked at the comparables prior to putting in the contract. I felt like they had priced a little high, but, you know, not that much off of what the number should be. We went in at 465. 465 on 500 is really low in the market that we're in right now. But I always say you never get what you don't ask for, so let's ask. I sent the offer over, and I thought to myself, we're either not going to get a response at all, or we're going to get a response that comes back close to what they were asking for the house, which would not help us at all. But I figured, you know, let's send it over and see what they say. Within about 4 hours, I got a text back from the agent representing the sellers telling me that they had signed it and are ready to move forward. So they didn't even counter us. And I think in that case, the sellers were a little spooked from what's going on, you know, globally with this virus. And I think that they were, like a lot of people probably, if they could get out of the stock market and recoup most of their money, they probably would have done it. So I think there's opportunity there in that when the market is fluctuating, some people are going to want to get out as quick as possible. So I think if you're a buyer, I think it's a great time to be a buyer. I don't think it's a great time, at least right now, to be a seller. unless you're super aggressively priced. The other thing I think is a positive, I've spoken to a couple of my appraiser friends, and they say, at least in Charleston, I can't speak outside of Charleston, but I can say that our market should hold up fine, because the comparables that they're, when they go to appraise these houses, they're looking at historical data over the last, months behind us. And there are plenty of sales that have closed to support the growth in, price appreciation in our market here in Charleston. So I think that data is good, and I think that's a big positive. The other thing that, and if you own a home right now, I think it's an opportune time to look at possibly refinancing. We've actually had a couple of transactions we've had under contract for a while get slowed down getting to the closing table because of all the refi. So a lot of people are really pushing out and taking advantage of the interest rates being what they are. So I think there's a real opportunity there if you're considering, pulling some money out of your house or refinancing, whatever. I think now's a great opportunity. So those are some of the positives. And in closing, I want to talk about one of the things that I think we need to do, besides wash our hands a lot, is that we can help, move not just our communities, whether it's in Charleston or New York or Los Angeles, wherever in the United States. What we can do to help move the real estate market forward is to spend money. And the way that we need to spend money, in my opinion, is to order lots of to-go food. I was in food and beverage for years when I was in college. My wife, Becky, owned a restaurant back in the day. So we're ex-food and beverage people, and I have a real heart for those people because, A, the amount of work that it takes to be in food and beverage, but just the fact that they don't have jobs right now. And it's concerning when your bartenders and your servers are not working. But what we can do is we can help support those restaurants. So I encourage anybody that watches this video, order to-go food tonight. DoorDash, Uber Eats, any of these delivery services will bring it to your house, and most of them have it set up where they can leave it on your porch, and you don't even have to even interact with them. So I would say order to-go food tonight and help our economy out, help these food and beverage people out. And if you have questions about Charleston or about anything related to what we talked about today, or you want to find out what your house is worth at the moment, you can call me, Bob Brennaman, at 843-345-6074, and you can check out our website devoted to Charleston, which is BrennamanGroup.com. Till next time, y'all.